Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am Stephanie, and today's reading is about you and your person, you versus them. We're going to see what is currently going on between you and your partner or your person. It does not have to be romantic because a lot of these piles ended up being rather platonic. So just take these readings as they resonate. But we have 5 piles here for you today. The first pile is going to be serpentine. Second pile is going to be amethyst. Third is going to be a selenite moon. Fourth is going to be orange calcite. And the fifth is going to be this red jasper heart. So take a few moments to think about you and your person. Think about any situation that might be bubbling up to the surface. And I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the serpentine stone, then we have your reading here for you about you and your person. We're doing a little connection check-in to see where you and your person are. This is mostly meant to be romantic, but if you want to read it platonically, you can. I'm just warning you, it's going to be mostly romantic. But sometimes these readings don't get very romantic and or spicy, so that's why I'm giving you the option to do this. Let's start with the connecting card that you chose. We have family. So like I said, this could be platonic. You could literally be dealing with family. If this is about a romantic connection and you already have a family together, I feel like this would also resonate. I think it all depends. And for some of you, you might be thinking of starting a family. But regardless, family is at the forefront of this particular reading within this pile. So if you're not thinking about family right now, you can choose other piles. But I'm being told for this particular pile, for example, if you're in a romantic connection, the thought of family, your current families, like your individual families, is coming to the forefront, especially if you're dealing with particular issues that involve your partner's family. So let's go ahead and get your cards. I'm gonna do this A and B style, and you can choose whoever you are. I'm intending you to be person A, but if you want to resonate more, but if you feel you resonate more with person B, you can pile 1. So we have beaver, setting roots, building a foundation. So person A definitely wants to either start a family if they haven't already, or they're very much in charge of carrying on some particular legacy is what I'm hearing, or they care very much about continuing like a lineage. So again, setting roots, wanting to start a family, or carrying on something about their family. So whether this is like a business or maybe something their family did, I feel like person A is holding on to something here, some sort of idea. It could even be land, inheritance, or a home, real estate. And then for person B, we have golden egg. So person B, I'm getting fertility because it is an egg, but I feel like person B has bigger goals in mind. Like, yes, they're headed in the same direction, but person B has a bigger goal in mind with the golden egg. I will read from the book, just because I feel like out of all the cards, this is one of like the, it's supposed to resonate with spirit. It's supposed to be something outside of this particular earth energy that person A embodies. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards for my pile 1. Your astro cards to see any signs that are important here. We have Vestra Hearth. So yeah, person A is very much focusing on their own family and creating a family, keeping something of their family alive is what I'm seeing. This could be the lineage. This could be something they inherit. This could be a particular, like a line of work that their family may do. And then person B, we have the 11th house community. Person B definitely believes more in a found family. Like their family is really their community, or maybe like their group of friends. I feel like they care more what they have to say than their own family. That or their community is their family, whichever resonates more. But I feel like, for example, if person B was an only child, they may see their friends as their siblings. So whatever their friends have to tell them, they really take that to heart, as opposed to like, well, for example, they don't have siblings, so who else would they listen to? That's what I'm getting from person B. That's just an example. That doesn't have to be the case. We're going to get a Marvel card just to characterize you both a little bit more. Pile 1. How are my person A and B? Where are they at? So person A, we have Ghost Rider. Vengeance will be mine. It's almost like they... I'm getting very stubborn energy from person A, not gonna lie. Person A definitely has an idea. The fire also lets me know, it's giving me like Ace of Wands energy, that Ace of Fire, where they really want to start something, or they've already lit a fire in some cases and they intend to keep it going. And then person B has Dr. Octopus, being right never feels wrong. I feel like they're both kind of at odds here with how to go about their family, if that makes sense. Person B is more likely to want to listen to their own way of doing things, because 11th house makes me think of Aquarius or Uranus energy, where they kind of want to do things on their own way, in their own time. The golden egg lets me know that yes, they do eventually want to start their own family, but it has to be either divinely guided or like it at the right time. I'm gonna read from the book, so let me go fish that out of somewhere. So from the book, we have message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga, nidra, or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest in your heart. Staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. So, I'm not saying person B has to meditate, though. If this is you, pile one, if you resonate more with person B, I feel like meditation could help you with this particular situation. Because I'm seeing somebody who has not yet gotten to a particular point where they either want to worry about the family, whether it's their own current family or starting a family, depending on the situation. I feel like person B is very much waiting this out, or waiting for a divine like a divine intervention, a divine sign of some kind, regardless of whether they are spiritual or not. They're just waiting for the right moment, essentially. And I feel like both of you are at odds here. You're both actually quite stubborn, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm thinking of Dr. Octopus, like a genius, an absolute genius, but he does things the way he wants. Being right never feels wrong. And person B could be somebody who feels that they're never wrong about their decisions. They could have the backing of their friends with this as well, with the 11th house community. I am seeing reciprocal numbers here, 32 and 23, again letting me know that I feel it's mostly person A who is kind of pushing this forward or bringing up this particular issue. I'm going to get more cards for you, pile one. Let me get a sexual magic card just to see where you both are in terms of this. And I feel like, again, if you are starting a family, these cards may be appropriate in this particular regard. So for my pile one, let's get person A. We have dreams 7. So person A is also divinely guided here, but I feel like the way person A is guided, you may have had dreams, like person A may have had dreams about this, or maybe it's just a dream right now. They feel like it's out of their control. We have number 7, and we also have the sign of Cancer here. So Cancer is a very nurturing energy. I feel like person A may be at a point in their life where they feel the need to nurture something. I'm seeing somebody kind of substituting this by having pets, so maybe might decide to have a pet together, and that could be the start of your family, is what I'm seeing and or hearing. Not that there's anything wrong with that, and if all you want is fur babies, that's also fine. But family makes me think that there's something here about wanting to solidify the both of you as a family as well, if you're not already. Let's go ahead and get a card for person B though. But do pay attention to your dreams. We have, very interesting, we have power. And we have the north node, or is this a south node? I want to say this is the north node. And I don't think I have to censor anything here. This should be fine. They're both fully clothed, but they're in an embrace. Power makes me think that person B has the most power when it comes to making this decision. But I'm also thinking of intimacy here, because, I mean, just look at how they are. Here, in the card that person A has, she's all alone in bed, just, you know, dreaming. And then in person B's card, they're both together, like quite honestly having an intimate moment. And what did I say about fur babies? There's 2 little cats here. So yeah, I feel like person B has more power in the decision that is made here. Not sure why. I feel like because person A, whether they like to admit it or not, does trust person B's divine timing and divine decision making with the cosmic egg, sorry, with the golden egg. The cosmic egg is a completely different card. And I was thinking about that for a moment. So I feel like you're both waiting for the right time. But person A could get a little impatient, or they might just worry a little bit more about it. Again, because there's a strong need for person A to fulfill something here, and that might be something that person A needs to figure out on their own. Like, why do they feel so strongly to carry this out? Why do they worry about it so much? It could be a biological clock thing for some of you, for those of you getting to a certain age. But it could also be just timing in general. Maybe you want to undertake this before you decide to do another big thing in your life, and right now would be great timing. But like I said, person B actually has the power for whatever reason. If it's person B who is the one who is having children, it could be that they're just not ready and they're the person who actually has to have the pregnancy, for example. It all depends on who resonates with whom here, but I feel like you both want the same things. It's just your sense of timing and your reasoning behind this that is a bit off. Also, the people you are asking, because I feel like person A would ask their family about this, and person B would ask their friends or their colleagues, the people around them, because person B may or may not have the strongest family structure, or maybe their family is just not the people they go to when it comes to carrying on a particular legacy, if that makes any sense. They may have had like a very distraught kind of connection with their family, or maybe they themselves understand that they're just not ready for whatever reason. Because I kind of see person B not really being worried about this. I just feel person B is like, no, not yet. I don't want to think about it. I don't even want to. When the time is right, the time will be right. I don't want to think about it yet. And then person A is definitely in their head about it for various reasons. Let's get one more connecting card. I'm using the Prism Oracle. This is going to be an emotion you both share. And if for whatever reason I get more than one card, I'm just going to take them as like one emotion per person. So for my pile one, what emotion are they both sharing in this particular situation regarding this? We have passion. So two ways to take this. Either you are both very physically active, if this is the case, and this is what it's going to lead to eventually, because you're definitely getting it on. As I said that, the rain got so quiet. It's been raining since the start of this pile, and as soon as I said that, the rain stopped. It's like confirmation. Another way to see this is that you both care very deeply about this. You both care very strongly about this. Like I said, you both want this particular same thing, but it's the timing, it's the way of going about it, it's your reasoning behind it that is not the same. Also, it's a lot heavier on person A's mind than on person B. Person B is going to be very go with the flow about it, or whenever they're ready, and person A has like a whole list of reasons, including spiritual, as to why this has to happen. Back of the deck, just because I happen to see it, is magic. So I feel like whatever happens, happens, essentially. I feel like neither of you will be happy with how this happens, honestly, because one cares too much and one doesn't care enough. There's an imbalance here about the situation. If this is about speaking to your individual families, or maybe one family about something else, it could be the same thing. Somebody here cares too much or wants to push it a little bit further, and the other person is just like, it'll happen when it happens. So I feel like, yeah, you're kind of at odds about something you both want, but you both want it. Another way I'm being told to take the family card is that you both definitely already see each other as family. Like, if this is a couple that's been together for a long time and you already have pets, you already, like, somebody here already feels like your family, or maybe you both agree that you have your own little family, but there's this sense of lineage and roots and things that are meant to last longer. I feel like it could be a sign of commitment, maybe, that somebody here is looking for, or maybe just, again, progressing something here. Somebody feels the need to progress something that they've inherited or that is part of their ancestry. Yeah, I feel like for the most of you, this is going to be romantic or already within a situation. But let's go ahead and move on to the tarot. If this sounds like you and your person, sorry, I tried to make this platonic, but I don't think it's platonic at all. Like, this is definitely somebody you're in a relationship with, pile one. I try not to make everything all super duper romance, but like, Romance readings are fun, you know? So let's move on to the tarot if it sounds like you, or if this sounds like something you want to continue listening about, or if it sounds like a situation that you and your person are already going through. We are using... Okay, we're using the Lucid Dreams Tarot here. And we're going to do this A and B style again. So let's start with connecting energies. What can you tell us about our couple here, pile one spirit guides? So this may or may not have anything to do with the oracles is what I'm hearing, because there's a lot of other factors coming into play. We have Seven of Wands. There's a defensiveness between the both of you every now and then. I feel like you like this. Like, it definitely adds to the spiciness of this connection. And I feel like it's that fire within each other that you were really drawn to. But at the same time, if it gets a little too hot, you can burn each other. So just do be careful when you are defending your own situation here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, the need to set roots, but understanding that this is going to be a slow and steady progress. It's going to be like, it's happening, but it's going to take time. Maybe a little bit too slow for some of you, especially those of you with too much fiery energy within your charts. We have the Nine of Cups. I'm not taking reversals. I do see you both already very happy with each other. This is emotional fulfillment. This is emotional satisfaction. And I feel like at least one of you here doesn't understand why one person wants to progress this forward. It's like, we're happy as we are. Why are you pushing this? So let's go ahead and get person A's cards. What's up with person A? We have the Three of Pentacles. Something to do with work. I feel like person A has an idea of how their career or job is supposed to pan out, and to them, it's all timing. To person A, it's all timing. We have Queen of Swords. Yeah, they've thought about this very, very long and very at length. They've thought about it at length. We also have the Seven of Cups. I feel like person A feels that all their options are either not going to be there, they're aware that their options are not always going to be available to them, or that not every option is going to be open. For example, in the US, we get a lot of our health insurance through our employers. So if they want to have a baby, for example, if they want to start a family, they choose to do it while they're still working, but they're also aware they're not going to be able to work. So there's like a little bit of having to think that through. That's just an example. I don't know how healthcare works in your country, pile one, but this could be something similar. Another way of seeing it is that you have to recover after giving birth. And I say giving birth because that's just like the biggest example that I'm being shown right now. So yeah, there's like options that are closed, and if you have to take care of a child, then you're not going to have time to do or pursue things that you want. Let's go ahead and get one more card for person A. We have the Emperor. Person A kind of wants to take a little bit of their power back, is what I'm seeing. They could have some father wounds to heal through, though I feel like most of them will be already healed. But person A, I feel like they have more masculine energy, and yet they're not in control of the situation, and that's what's bothering them. They want to take back a little bit more control. So they do this through, look, I love pile one person A so much because I understand it. They're an overthinker. They make their case. They have all these reasons as to why they should have what they want, but at the end of the day, within a partnership, they can't call all the shots. It's a partnership for a reason, and I feel like this is driving them a little crazy sometimes. But let's go ahead and see how person B sees this. We have the Knight of Swords. So person B is really thinking about it. They really are, just not as much. Six of Wands. Person B also has things that they want to achieve before this happens. Let's see what else. Five of Cups. They feel that they'll miss out on something, though, if they have it right now. And here's the thing. I feel like you both do, but somebody here is being a little bit more willing to take the sacrifice. It's like, yeah, I'm aware that my options are about to close, or that I'm about to lose certain options. That would be person A. And then person B is like more in their feels about it, like, oh, well, I won't get to do this. I think like there's a sacrifice on both ends. You're just seeing this differently. And then we have the Page of Wands. Honestly, person B could be perceived as a little bit immature, probably more by person A. Back of the deck, we have Five of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm not seeing either of you given, essentially. I'm not seeing either of you give in. Because what I'm seeing is that person A definitely believes that they should have the final say in this, but instead it's being given to person B, and person B is being a little bit, I don't want to say selfish. It's more like they're focusing a lot more on themselves, and they're focusing a little bit too much on like things that can still be done, even though I don't know. I feel like person B isn't really, not saying that they're not thinking about person A, but person B is thinking more about themselves. Or even, I'm not sure. What's up with person B? I'm going to get some clarifiers because person B, I'm trying to figure them out because they're definitely thinking about this. They have stuff they want to accomplish. And they feel that they're going to miss out on something if they take this initiative. We have death. Yeah, there it is. A little dramatic how person B is actually thinking. I'm not going to lie. But death is not, you know, it's not the end of everything. It is a rebirth. And I feel like that's where they fail to see this. I think when they would be the kind of person, if they saw a tarot card and they saw death, they're like, oh no, somebody is actually dying. No, this is very much a transformation. A transformation I think they don't want to take on yet. Because the Page of Wands would love a transformation. But what's keeping them back is this Five of Cups energy. It's this like, oh, what if I lose out on this? It's somebody who is focusing so much on like the near future. They're not thinking about the long-term outcome. And all right, what's the new back of the deck? The Hierophant. There's a karmic lesson here that I think both of you have yet to learn. I feel like there has to be a compromise somewhere where person A has to stop overthinking so much and understand or to believe a little bit more in person B's divine timing from the oracles. And then person B has maybe a little bit more maturing to do when it comes to this particular situation, especially with the Page of Cups, because they have a lot of creative energy. They have a lot of things they want to do, but so does person A. I feel like you both do. What I am seeing though, with the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and even this Nine of Cups here, there's something you're both gonna take on together. And if it's not a literal baby, I feel like it's like an actual project you will both create together. And that's actually going to be something very pivotal and a foundational thing here. It's going to make you both feel at ease with each other. It's going to see how you both work well together. And that's actually going to be like the basis for what the next step in this relationship is, because right now you're both seeing it from your own perspectives, and you may even say that you get what each other is thinking, but you're not really like taking that program into each other's minds and actually living it out. It's like you're both just talking at each other, and there's a bit of a misunderstanding between the both of you. Whereas any other time or with any other subject, you usually do understand each other. That's why the Nine of Cups is here. That's why the Knight of Pentacles is here. There's a lot of Pentacles energy, actually. Well, no, there's only two, but still. I'm thinking of the Hierophant being Taurus and Death being Scorpio. The Emperor being Mars energy. What you guys need is stability. What you both want is stability. I feel like you're both willing to see this through if you find something a little bit more long-term, a little bit more long-lasting. Again, setting roots. This is that beaver energy wanting to come through. It's like you're both beavers, and what are beavers meant to do? Build dams. But if you're just wandering around being beavers and not building dams, what are you? I feel like that's what's going on here. You both want a sense of purpose within this connection ultimately, and I feel like that purpose doesn't have to be something what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't have to be having kids. You could just start off like maybe moving in together if you haven't done that yet, or taking on a project together, or doing something long-term that will require both of your equal efforts. And I feel like that's going to show you what this connection is made of, how it actually lasts, and what's going to go on here. That's why the Hierophant and the Emperor wanted to come through. I'm going to leave this here because it's back to the deck energy. I want to clarify this with 3 more cards to see where this is going. But look, you both are very much fighters at heart. We have fiery energy on both sides, but we also have swords energy. Like, you both are overthinkers. You both love to be in your heads. This could have been what drew you to each other, is your own minds and that fiery energy. But what you found within each other is somebody that you're really happy with. So I think you just really need to to sort things out. You need to balance out the emotions as well. Not somebody here more than the other. I feel somebody feels too much and somebody doesn't feel enough. So definitely balance these out. Okay, we have the Empress. There she is, the most fertile of the cards, and next to the Emperor. So there's definitely a need to take on something creative here. Creation of life isn't just having a baby, it's also having something that you both do. And the ringing in my left ear just went off. I can tell, okay, I know some of you guys are tired of me talking about pregnancy. I can't help it. I know that some of my audience is at that age and not everybody wants one. But definitely think about taking on something long-term that you will both have to put your equal effort into. So maybe starting a business or doing some sort of project, a long-term project. And what by long-term, I mean something that's going to last more than a few months. We have the Ace of Swords, again, not taking reversals. You both need clarity on each other's perspectives. You both need to see each other's perspectives because you're honestly not seeing it. You may say you are, you may think you are, but I feel like it's not just the mindset, it's also the experiences that you are each going through at this current time, as well as your past. Look at your past and look at the family structure you each grew up with. How is that different, and why would it make sense why you are each feeling the way you currently are about this situation? Let's go ahead and look at one more card. Eight of Cups. So typically upright, this means moving on. And what I'm seeing is that you will both leave this particular subject behind for a moment and then come back to it. Because even though I'm not taking reversals, I was looking at in reverse for a long time. This is fear of... I'm being shown fear of commitment, fear of intimacy, but also fear of your own things that you know you haven't healed through yet. I see this a lot in people who, again, I'm using the example of having children. People who become parents once they have children and they think they're not going to be anything like their parents. And they can, and look, I know people do their work and they can definitely be a way better parent than some of their past parents if they've had some negative ones. But you don't really know what something is going to bring out in you until you go through it, is what I'm seeing. You don't really know how something is going to affect you until it happens to you. Some people don't realize they have certain emotions that get stirred up within them until they actually experience this. That's what I'm being shown. You are both afraid of that. And if it's not because of this particular situation you're both trying to undertake, it could be because of each other. Maybe you are currently both triggering something within each other that you're not willing to admit or speak about, especially when it comes to feelings of security or feelings of like what is going on internally between the both of you. Because I feel like sometimes you don't know where each other is on, like you're both in the same book, maybe even in the same chapter, but on different pages, if that makes any sense. Or you could be, I don't feel like you're that far apart, but there's just enough of an in conjunction here where it's like the door is almost closed, like the lock almost fits, but not quite. And that's kind of what's bothering you sometimes. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it closes, it fits, it's great. But then sometimes it doesn't. And that's where you both get bothered. And it's such a small thing, but because you are both overthinkers, you let this spiral out of control within your mind. Back of the deck again, we have the Chariot. You will move forward. I feel like this could be the kind of couple that whenever you have an issue, you just kind of, you don't resolve it. You just kind of move along and see what happens, see what, just move on with your day and come back to it another day. I do see that here, especially with all the air energy, because air energy, either they talk about it at length or they just ignore it and let it come back another day, if that makes any sense. It's kind of avoidance. Maybe you're both going to avoid this particular subject for a while until it pops up again. But that's how I see you resolving it, like letting it go and just starting something else. Like you would turn it into a non-issue essentially. And we'll see where it goes from there. But let's go ahead and get your closing advice just to see where this is going, if it's going anywhere. The issue, not this. I'm not really seeing this connection break apart or shift apart. I feel like this is just how you handle your issues. You talk about it at length and then you just let it wait it out essentially until a better moment comes along. All right, let's get your angel number card, pile 1. We have 1010, I am patient. Keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. Yeah, divine timing is at play here. And I feel like you both understand this at the end of the day, you both understand this. That's why you kind of leave it as a non-issue until it is brought up again. I think especially for person A who has a stronger sense of timing and a heavier energy towards this. Let's go ahead and get your angel cards. This is the Angel Tarot, but I like to use it as an oracle. We have 3 of Fire, abundance, things look very good, have patience at this time, make long-term plans, which is basically what I said earlier in the tarot. Make long-term plans, things are going your way. Maybe focus on the money a little bit, maybe focus on your finances even, or just physical things that are going to keep you both active. And then we have some Cupid's oracle, or sorry, Cupid says cards. To see, these could be messages from your person or from your highest self, your higher, your angels, your guides. We have, can we meet? So these are going to be conversations had in person. I want you. Like I said, you both definitely want the same thing. You want each other. This is going to be just fine. Love always wins. I am loving a lot of the love and warm feelings coming from this pile, letting me know again that you both are in good hands. It's just you're disagreeing about something. I feel the same. Yeah, you want the same things. And one last card. The time is now. This is divine timing at play. You will know when the time is right, essentially. But this is where I leave you, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the amethyst point, then we have your reading here for you about you and your person, you versus them, to see where you are both within this connection. Maybe any topics that want to be brought up that you are both thinking about. We're going to start off with the card that you chose to see what the topic of this particular pile is, and then we're going to go into a you versus them energy, so both within the oracles and within tarot. So let's start with the card. We have Journal 29. I'm being told to go ahead and get your emotions card from the Prism Oracle. We have confidence. This is manifestation at work, and whether you use an actual, like whether you write it out, because I'm not seeing a journal for some of you. I'm seeing like sticky notes or like maybe words of affirmation that you say out loud. So this is manifestation. I feel like you are both trying to create something here. Another way I'm being told to see the journal is, I know this is odd, but when I was in high school, back when we would used to pass notebooks between like friends, when we would write notes to each other in class, kind of like just, you know, how our day was going, what we were thinking about, etc. Basically, that's been replaced by texting now. This is before phones were commonplace, just, you know, letting people know what my age is. But I feel like there's a conversation you are both having, and this is leading somewhere. So this is definitely about the conversations you are having, the plans you are making, the things you both want to bring to fruition here. Let's go ahead and get your cards. You can choose to be whether you are person A or B, though for most of you, I will intend you to be person A. It all depends. In the previous pile, I couldn't really figure out who is who. So for my pile 2, we have raccoon, my cute little trash panda. And then for person B, we have the frog. You're both kind of in the dark about something here. I feel like you both don't know where this is going. I feel you both being very vulnerable with each other. And in a very, it's like you're showing parts of yourselves to each other that you're not used to showing to anybody else. There's definitely a very deep connection here, because even though we have confidence here, the raccoon and frog, like individually, feel like they're not very confident. Or like they're going about in life in a very dark way. Well, maybe not dark. It's like, I'm seeing them both as nighttime animals for some reason. I know the raccoon definitely is, but frogs, for whatever reason, I see more at night or during the rain. Basically, when the sun isn't out. There is a particular hidden aspect of this relationship, because usually confidence, for example, in the tarot is the sun card and there's light. But in this particular deck, it's an all black card, or almost black. And it's quite interesting. There's something about you only showing parts of each other to yourselves that you don't typically show to anybody else. And person B is definitely healing. I remember when reading this particular passage in the book from the Wild Unknown Animal deck, the rain was meant to symbolize healing because without water, the frog doesn't cleanse itself. So I feel like person B is going through some type of healing. As to where person A, the raccoon makes me think of, well, I'm not sure. I'm going to look into the book for that one because I love raccoons, but I'm not sure. I feel like person A may just be going through a bit of an identity crisis here. So from the book, we have talented, shadowy, in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. Like I said, there's an identity crisis because of that mask. It's like without the mask, person A isn't who they are, but they need to take off the mask because this person is asking them to be real, or they can't help but be real with this person. I feel like this is something that is a bit uncontrollable because the way I'm seeing journaling is like some people, when they write, they just write like they can't stop. Either because they're like really inspired or because they have a lot to say. That's because I keep hearing from the Hamilton musical, why do you write like you're running out of time? I feel like, and I'm not saying that you're running out of time here. I feel like you both just have a never ending conversation, and even when it stops, it never really stops. I feel like the conversation continues in either physical ways or maybe within a particular activity that you both do. If it's like a hobby or if it's at work, I feel like there's always a conversation. Definitely in the 5D, there is a bit of a spiritual connection here, even though both they're animals that are low to the ground. Like the frog is always on the ground, sometimes in trees and sometimes on, other stuff. But I'm thinking of a frog. I'm seeing specifically a frog cross the street at night, in the dark, in the rain. That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing the scene from Lilo and Stitch when Stitch is first on Earth, and the first creature he sees is the frog, and the frog is just looking at him, and he points his cute little space gun at him, and he's like questioning him, and the frog is just like, what? Like, I feel like that's the connection you and this person have. It could be platonic, but I'm feeling mostly romantic from this, believe it or not. Or it could have started off as friends and now it's evolving into something else. I'm not sure whether you two are together or not. Again, there's a conversation going on, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards though. I'm being told to start with the Marvel deck for you. And I wish this deck had Rocket Raccoon, but it does not. It'd be amazing, though, wouldn't it? So for person A, we have Black Panther, wear the crown with honor. Yeah, person A needs to step into their energy because they're acting like this low confidence, cute little raccoon, but they are actually a Black Panther. They're actually this, king or queen of Wakanda, depending on which movie you want to reference here. I feel like my person A is going through their own transformation. I feel like they've already done the healing and all they're waiting on is like this confidence boost, or like I feel like they're quite literally waiting on something to give them the sign to go ahead and step into their power. And maybe they just feel really empowered by person B here. Let's go ahead and get a card for person B though. We have Domino. I'm always feeling lucky. So I keep seeing that frog cross the street. There was a game back in the 90s for PS1, I think. Was it Frogger? I think it was on other platforms as well, but I keep thinking of Frogger. Like this frog keeps crossing a street, not being afraid of being run over by like some big truck or something. It's like the frog person B, they don't really, it's not that they don't care, it's just that they're not afraid of anything. They're aware that they're small and vulnerable, but they also are aware that they're very lucky and that they can they have a lot more confidence than the raccoon person, that's for sure. And I feel like that's part of the reason they're drawn to each other. It's like, how can I get to where you are? Meanwhile, the frog person really likes person A's confidence. Like, I feel person B understands and knows that person A will end up being something important or somebody of status. And they're kind of they feel their luck in having met person A because of this. They know that person A is going to become something amazing. And they're kind of I'm not saying they're waiting to see what they will become, because they already know. They're just kind of, they want to stick around to see that transformation, essentially. Let's go ahead and get your astro cards for my pile 2. Also, both of these have to do with light. Like this domino card, the light is coming from this side, and then in the Black Panther, like, yes, he's wearing all black, but there's like a inner radiance of light here, that invisible crown, if you will. So person A, we have tension, 54. Yeah, I feel like there's an inner tension between person A and themselves, honestly. Like this old version of themselves and the new version, like having to shed the mask, having to step into their power, having to really, hoping to really own their talents is what I'm seeing. Which is odd that they want to hope for it, but I feel like they really can own their own talents and abilities and powers here. But they just have a hard time with it. And then person B, let's get their card. Dignified strength. So it's definitely person B who has a lot more confidence, at least on the inside. At least that's what they are gaining more than anything. Again, there's you both uplift each other, that's for sure. I feel like through the conversations that you have, you empower each other, or even the conversations you have. I feel like this is a connection where you both really make each other feel so good, or you fuel each other's confidence. Maybe even just being friends with each other. Maybe there's like a status thing here where you both bring something good to each other. Maybe somebody here has a lot more friends and the other person feels very comfortable when they're with the one person and all their friends. Or maybe somebody here runs in higher circles than the other, and they feel very confident in that higher circle, because I feel like they both introduce each other to a world that they're not used to. It could be one person to the other, it could be the both of you, but that itself opens up new windows and new avenues, and that gives you the confidence to want to be a truer version of yourself. But the ways you go about it are different. Let's go ahead and get cards for my pile A. We have moving on, Virgo energy, number 12. I'm not really seeing the moving on. Well, I guess you could see it as moving on with life, like moving on, progressing with the attention that people want to give person A. Because look at how she's just sitting here being adored by this guy here. I feel like person A is really learning how to be adored by others, even when they themselves don't feel like they deserve to be adored or they deserve to have all this attention, because the struggle within person A is within themselves. And I feel like person B sees that sometimes, or maybe they help them out with that. But person A is really at war with themselves a lot of the times. And if they could only see the beauty of them, or if they could see how much power they will, well, one, that they already have and like what they are capable of, I don't think they would question it to step into this power. But person B sees this, and person B just is like, again, they're waiting to see this happen. Let's go ahead and get another, well, let's get a card for person B from the same deck. Oh, we have romanticism, 33, Neptune. Look, person B idealizes person A. There's a lot of mutual love. In fact, there's a lot of mutual respect for each other here. I'm not sure if I should cover her little cleavage there. I'm being overly cautious here. But we have romanticism, and I feel like person A really inspires person B. But I'm not sure if they... Look, person B feels like a frog that wants to be kissed by person A, and they hope they end up being a prince or a princess, because person B just doesn't feel like they belong in person A's energy. But they're also aware that person A is not very confident and doesn't see this within themselves, and they themselves do not understand why. Because on the other hand, person B, I feel like, I'm not sure if they know or if they also feel like they're not worthy, but they just know that they're very lucky and they know how to play their strengths. We have number 13 here, which it can sometimes be seen as a quote, quote, bad luck number. I don't believe it is, but person B definitely thinks that they have, like, they believe that a lot of what's gone on in their life has to do with luck, or how they handle the luck that they are handed, if that makes any sense. They know how to play the card they are handed, essentially. And we also have 33 here, so person B could be a master number 33, which is a healer, a spiritual healer, or somebody who is meant to be a master, a mentor, a teacher, whichever resonates more. Person B could serve as like a coach to person A sometimes, but regardless, there's a common denominator that you both feel that you don't deserve the power, the recognition that confidence brings you here. There's a big thing about confidence within this connection. Again, I'm not sure if you're together or not. I feel like this could easily be one of the piles that is platonic, or this could be the beginning of a connection, the beginning of a relationship, or maybe you haven't even taken it to a relationship phase yet. Maybe you're just still in the talking phases and you could be each other's crush. Because like I said, person B is really hoping that when person A kisses them, they turn into a prince. But then they also see that person A themselves is very much a prince here with Black Panther, because he was Prince T'Challa before he became King T'Challa. So I feel like they're hiding their insecurities from themselves sometimes, but at the same time, they're aware of them. Like, they don't have to speak them to each other. They're aware of how they feel about each other, and how they each feel about themselves. So there's an interesting dynamic here, a very interesting. It's kind of like you're wondering where this is going, or if you're wondering if this person would support you. You both support each other, that's for sure. What I'm hearing is that you both wish you would support yourselves the same way, like you would each have that same confidence within yourselves. More so person A than person B. I think person B is just smitten with person A. For the life of them, they don't see why person A doesn't believe in themselves when it seems like person A has it made here. But it's just with person A moving on. Another way I'm being told to read this is maybe person A has been really wounded by past relationships. So it feels like they're always moving on from some sort of situation that they've left behind, or that they are trying to move on from a particular mindset. Even though person B is healing, I feel like person A is also healing. But with person B, it's more because look how they're not even looking towards the center. It's like they want to look outward. They don't want to have to focus on either themselves or their role in this connection. They kind of feel like either they're not worthy, or that they don't deserve the glances or the looks or attention of person A here. There's a lot of mixed feelings here on person B's side. Like, they both adore and know that they're not worth it, but at the same time, they know that they're very lucky. So it's like, should I take advantage of this luck and take my chances with person A, or should I leave them alone? And then person A, whether they're attracted to person B or not, I think they are, hence why they're here. But they themselves really need to step up the confidence. They really need to work through the inner tension, the inner turmoil. There could be some healing on person A side from past connections. I am seeing that is kind of affecting this from moving forward. But if this sounds like you and your person, then let's go ahead and see how else you are both seeing each other here. And this particular pile is very open-ended. I don't think there's a particular issue here. It's just like the perspectives you have of each other, and that's fine. It doesn't always have to be something, you know. So we are using the Lucid Dreams Tarot. And when, again, we're doing this person A and B style, maybe this is going to bring up something that you need to know about this connection, where you are both at. Let's start with connecting energies. For my pile 2, we have the Hermit. So I feel like you're not really... Well, let's clarify the Hermit. We have this 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. You're both focusing on each other right now. Well, on yourselves. You're both focusing on yourselves right now. I'm not sure if there's been like a pause in this connection, or if you're just not speaking to each other as much as you usually do. The Hermit makes me think of Virgo energy again, and that's typically self-healing, self-focus. Like, you're both doing your own thing, whether that's being hard at work, especially with the 8 of Pentacles here. I feel like you both really want to bring in a little bit more abundance or results of something here. And with the 5 of Pentacles, again, it's like you're not having the time or the opportunity to really see each other in person. I'm seeing this more as seeing each other in person, because the Hermit energy, people like to forget that Virgo is Mercury ruled, so there will be a conversation here, but I'm seeing it more again through text, through email, through however it is that you communicate. I feel like it won't even be spoken. It's going to be mostly words right now. So I feel like you're texting each other a lot. Let's go ahead and get person A's side. If you're currently not seeing each other, if this is like a no contact situation, again, I feel like there's no hard feelings here. You're just both seeing each other. So 8 of Swords, person A may be the one who's withdrawing a little bit. You have the Lovers, and I have to censor this. They are in the Garden of Eden, where clothes are not required. I need a bigger crystal. Where's the, let's use the amethyst. There we go. So we have the Lovers. Person A definitely has love on the mind. They definitely have relationships on the mind in general. I feel like person A is not just thinking about this particular connection, but also the past ones and how they are affecting them right now. I apologize. That vehicle was so loud. These cards come out of nowhere, by the way. It is like late at night right now. We have the Three of Wands. Person A is definitely working on their plans. They have stuff going on. They might be traveling. And then the Three of Cups. But they're always up for a good time is what I'm seeing. It's like, yeah, you may both be in hermit mode, but if the occasion arises, I feel like they're both willing to meet up. But right now it's not. I feel like they're either focusing on like their own friendship circles or maybe their families. They're focusing on other people and maybe even just themselves. It's kind of like other things are coming in here as kind of a third party situation. So it's not that they're seeing other people. They're just focusing on either their friend circles. They're focusing on their health. They're focusing on the healing, whatever it is. Person A is finding distractions from this particular situation. Let's go ahead and get cards for person B though. How are they viewing this? There is a bit, again, there's love here. A friend kind of love, but like there's well, let's see person B. We have the Eight of Wands. Person B is very busy. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. They're focusing on their stability. It could be money. It could also just be getting themselves to a place where they are secure, whatever that may mean to them. The Sun, there it is. Like I said, person B is the more confident one here. I feel like they truly embody confidence, or they know how to fake it till they make it at least. And Two of Wands. I feel like person B might be at a crossroads right now. Back of the deck, we have, yeah, they're honestly, you're both at a crossroads. I feel like you're both at a crossroads, and that itself could be the problem here. Like, if you're both spending time away from each other, or if there's like less contact or a pause on the situation, I feel like it's because you both have things to do on your own that you can't really involve each other in. Or it could be that you're deciding to focus on other things, whether that's friends, whether that's yourself, whether that's work. I feel like you have other plans going on, especially person A, but person B also has stuff going on. Person B, because of their confidence, they understand that they can't wait around forever. Even though the Queen of Pentacles is the most patient of all the queens, in their heart, they're very patient for person A, but they're not patient for the situation, if that makes any sense. But I do see them, again, like they have each other on their mind. Like they do want this connection to be something, hence why they continue communicating, hence why they leave the channel of communication open. If the time is right, they will see each other, but I feel like those times have either become a lot less, or they've become very specific, like they can only see each other during certain times. Because the Seven of Cups, there's so many options. Not just options, it's like they have a lot to juggle. They both have a lot going on. It's like having, for example, somebody who's both in school and at work and having to take care of stuff at home. Or maybe somebody here, if they're going through something, they want to focus on the mental health, the physical health, and, you know, their everyday thing. I feel like person A keeps himself busy. I feel like this is their own doing, especially with the Eight of Swords here, because not always, but the Eight of Swords can be like the blindfold could have been put on by person A themselves. Like maybe it's not something that somebody else put on them. They could be blinding themselves to the other things around them just for their own sake, whether that's a good or a bad thing. It's like they might be deciding that they don't want to pay attention to the swords right now. They just want to focus on themselves. And person B, let's say person B is the more aware one. I feel like person B is very observant. I was getting that with the Frog, but also with the Queen of Pentacles. She's not a queen of many words like all the others. She's more a queen of observation, I think, between her and the Queen of Cups. But a practical observation. It's like, what is before me? Not trying to find the deeper meaning, but just seeing what is before them. Person B is just seeing what is happening in the there, in the now. Like shedding light here with the sun on what is going on. Because they're aware, especially from the previous oracle cards, that there's a little bit of darkness here, or that maybe neither of them are seeing this clearly enough. But you both have plans with the 3 and 2 of Wands. You're both moving on with whatever it is that you need to do, because I don't think either of you can really sit still. And you are both working towards something. A lot of Pentacles here lets me know you're both caring a lot about your finances, a lot of earth energy in general. I'm going to go ahead and choose 3 cards to see a little bit of the progression of this connection, if you will. So it's not really a you versus them. It's more like, because you're not really together right now, you're kind of focusing on each other, on your individual selves. But let's see where this is headed, if anywhere. We have the Queen of Wands. So I do feel person A will eventually come back to this once they are ready, because they need to build that confidence. They will step into the Queen of Wands energy. We also have Page of Swords. The communication will always be there, but it may stay at a very basic level or a very surface level. The communication will be there though. The curiosity will remain. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles. I see you two balancing this out for a while. I do see the both of you making an effort within this connection equally, but it's going to remain like this for a moment. And the new back of the deck, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're both just focusing on work. So if it seems like it's going nowhere, I feel like this is just where it's meant to be right now. Do enjoy and have fun and keep it light, but don't try to take off the blindfold when somebody's not ready for this, and don't try to push the queen out of her throne if they're not ready for this. I feel like you both empower each other, you both support each other, and this is where it is to remain. I do feel there will be opportunities for both of you to come out together at some point, but right now is not the time. And this is just confirmation that there's nothing wrong with you or this person or this connection. It's just as it is. It's kind of just that what's the word I'm looking for? A stasis, when you're both just, it's there. It's just, it's stable. It's staying there. What is this trying to say? Perseverance, multitasking, choices. Yeah, I feel like it's going to remain like this for a moment. And then something else will happen. I know that's maybe not what you wanted to hear, pile 2, but just know that everything is fine. You're just both going through your own things and you have to go through it alone. But let's go ahead and move on to the closing cards, advice cards. Maybe that will give us a better view of what will come in the future, because the future just remains to be a little bit more of the same. And maybe you wanted to hear that. Maybe you need a confirmation that nothing crazy is about to go on in this connection, because maybe you don't want anything crazy. Some people do just want to know that things will be fine. And that would definitely be confirmation of that. We're going to get your angel number cards on my pile 2. There's perfectionism within one or both of you here. We have 11. You have keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. I am intuitive. Do listen to your intuition. I feel like you might be developing your intuition as a result of this connection as well. This could be a person who really supports your intuition as well, especially if you've been in connections where people think your intuition is just something silly, or maybe they just think whatever, it's just a very strong gut feeling. I feel like this person really, if they don't, either they influence it or they really support your intuition, or maybe they just really trust your intuition as well, regardless of who you identified as here, because I wasn't getting that one person was more spiritual than the other. I was getting that you're both focusing on yourselves, and as a result, your intuition is growing. Or maybe this could be an exercise for your intuition, is like, if you get a feeling that your person is going to text you and they do, it's just going to be a confirmation. Or if you feel that they wanted to reach out about something, because I do that a lot with certain people. I will message them, or I'll think about them before they message, or I'll think of something and then they post something on social media, and then I'll reach out to them and be like, I was just thinking of you today. It's funny that you were saying that. So I feel like this connection is going to be a little test within your intuition. Let's go ahead and get your angel cards. We have Six of Earth. This is going to be the Six of Pentacles. Gifts of money, time, or effort. New career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. So this is reciprocity. And again, I feel like you're both focusing on your money, but oh, I'm so sorry. I just saw a big old roach in the corner. Let me go get that. I am so sorry, pile 2. I'm not sure if I screamed or not. I'm gonna have to look back and see if I can edit that out, but there was a huge bug in the corner. But as I was saying, pile 2, this is reciprocity, and I feel like you're both working on yourself so that you can then come back with your cups completely full to give to each other. This is going to be a connection where you both want to bring the same amount to the table. You're both givers. You're both wanting to, like, you both want to be on the same level. I feel like if either of you are ever not on the same level, or if like one of you takes more from the other than they're willing to give, you will feel bad about it. So this is just something that you're both focusing on right now. There could be gifts coming through as well. I'm feeling more the gift of time and effort though. Money can be a thing here, but I'm seeing more the gift of time because I feel like that's something you both don't have enough with each other. And then we're going to get the Cupid Says Oracle cards. And you can see this as messages from your person's higher self, or maybe from your spirit guides, the universe, or your own higher self, depending on what comes out. So for my pile 2, what messages do they have? I support your decision no matter what. Yep, there's a lot of support within this connection, and I love it. I love the support you both give to each other. We have the end is near. Somebody here... So the end is near could mean several things. One, you know that a certain project or that a certain time period is almost over. And that means that you're going to be able to see your person more often, or that you'll be able to, because something is ending, then you know something else is about to begin. So I'm not being told to take this negatively. I'm just seeing that the end of something that is in the way of you two seeing each other physically, or maybe being able to speak to each other more, is about to end. So let's get another card. Let's go on an adventure. Yeah, like I said, like you're both excited for each other. I feel like once something ends here, something that was in the way of this connection coming to fruition, you're both going to take on a very nice adventure. It starts from you. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you are going to either initiate, or that because you did a particular thing, pile 2, you're going to start this, even if it's on an energetic level. And I'm really sorry. The way I'm seeing this, and it's very sweet, I feel like you two like to apologize to each other a lot over like the smallest things. And it's very sweet. I see somebody here apologizing for not talking enough, or for not making enough time for somebody here. Another way I'm seeing this is if like maybe somebody messed up and they hadn't apologized before, they will apologize. Because I don't think there's been an argument or anything here, but the sorry just makes me feel... Another way I'm seeing this is like, again, whoever resonated more with the frog, I feel like they're just really sorry that they can't be everything that they can be to their person, to the raccoon person right now, or that they hadn't leveled up enough. There's like apologies here, and maybe they're not even said, but I feel like you both just wish things could be better. So that sorry is like a, I wish things could be better kind of situation. But this is where I leave you, pile 2. I wish and hope nothing but the best for you and your person. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose this selenite moon, then we have a reading here for you about you and your person, where you both are. We're going to see how you are each viewing your current state of the relationship, of the connection. We're going to start off with the card you chose, and this is going to give us a view into the subject that we are going to tap into regarding you and your person. So let's go ahead and look at that. We have alone time. So you could currently be going through a time of separation, or maybe just some distance between the both of you. I don't feel this is impacting your relationship though. And if it is, it's for a good reason. I feel like you're both just doing your own thing. I'm not really getting too much of a no contact situation, but it could be the case depending on where you are, pile 3. Let's go ahead and get your cards though. I'm going to start with the Marvel cards for you. Alone time could mean that you are both doing your own thing, whether it's for work reasons, or maybe you're just traveling, or for whatever reason, I don't sense an animosity here. So person A, you can decide to be whichever side you want to be. We're doing this person A and B style. I'm intending you to be person A, but if you resonate more with person B, you can take that. So person A has Howard the Duck. You're not from around here, are you? And person B. Person A gives me strong Aquarius vibes. Person B has Dr. Octopus. Being right never feels so wrong. So maybe there is a disagreement. If there is, though, again, it's a difference of opinion. There's definitely a difference of opinion here where person A is realizing that person B is just built differently, or that they're just a very different person compared to them. And person B has a tendency to feel that they are always right, or that they're just very convinced of certain things about themselves. It all depends on why that is. Sometimes, for example, if you have a very strong intuition, people can feel like they're always right about something. I know I've had that before, and with my Taurus energy, it makes me very stubborn. So I'm getting that kind of situation from person B, or maybe person B is just more experienced, or they've seen something, as to where person A wants to give something else a chance here, or they're more open-minded about something, whether they have an intuition or not. So let's go ahead and get your animal cards from the Wild Unknown animal deck for my person A. We have Tarantula. Person A is very bold, I'll say that. Person A's personality is something else. And person B has the Butterfly. A lot lighter energy. We have fire and air here. Very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and lay them all out, because this is one of those situations where you kind of have to see the whole picture before you can really make up your mind. And maybe this is something you both agree to. Maybe you're both disagreeing on a certain matter and you both want to see the whole picture or hear everything about it. Person A, we have Neptune, Vision. I'm not surprised. Person B, we have Chiron, Heal. Yeah, I feel like person B has been through a lot, and part of the reason they're able to have such a strong intuition is because they've been through so much. They've gone through their transformation, they've gone through the healing. They've been on both sides of something here, because Dr. Octopus wasn't always a villain. Dr. Octopus at one point was a scholar and a good friend of Peter Parker's. So it's kind of like, if they're in a particular situation now, it's because they know what it's like to be on the opposite side, or they've become a certain way because they've already experienced something like this. And person B, on the other hand, sorry, person A, on the other hand, they kind of want to trust their own, I don't want to say illusions, and I don't want to say visions either. They feel like nothing can bring them down, that they're not afraid of anything. So even if person A was to warn person B, I keep thinking a lot of you are person B in this particular pile 3, because the Butterfly and the Chiron, I mean, this would be somebody who's done a lot of healing, but only take that if it resonates. But person A, they feel that they're a lot stronger than whatever threat person B seems to perceive here, because I feel like it is a disagreement between a certain situation. Let's go ahead and get the last few cards. Like I said, I want to see the rest of this. It's kind of like when you have two friends that are arguing and you want to get both sides of the story. That's what this is. So person A, we've got Trials 17. This is Sagittarius energy. There's a longing here for one another. If this is romantic, there is a longing here for one another, of course. But this particular pile, I feel like it doesn't have to be romantic, believe it or not. And then person B. I keep wanting to call this side person A. Like I said, I feel like pile 3, you're mostly going to resonate with the Butterfly pile. We have Feelings, 5, Gemini. And it's interesting because this one resonates with, there's opposing feelings here. Sorry, I'm trying to censor this because she's got major side boob. So Person B is definitely in their feelings. Person B is definitely trusting their gut feelings, is what I'm hearing, because they've been through this. They've already experienced this. Gemini makes me think that they might be thinking a little bit more clearly as opposed to person A, because they have a gut feeling too, but they'd rather trust their own vision and their own experience as opposed to person B. And I think the discord here, let's get the feelings card, speaking of. Let's get the Prism Oracle card. I will read from the book for the Tarantula card, though, just because I'm not sure what that particular card is. We have determination. You're both very stubborn. You both have a vision. You both seem to make up your minds, but individually. So when one person tries to tell the other person how to see something, it's not going to work out. You're both very strong-minded. You're both very strong-willed. You make up your own opinions about things through your own perspectives. And this is part of the reason you're drawn to each other. You appreciate each other's perspectives. I feel like you both understand that you think very differently, or that you view things very differently. You probably come from very different walks of life as well. And again, this actually adds to this friendship or to this relationship. For a lot of you, it might be a friendship, honestly. Not every pile was like this, but this one definitely could be either or. So I feel like, yes, you both want to respect each other's viewpoints. Maybe person A a little bit more than person B. But person B, I don't think... Person B is aware that there's actually a trigger point here in this particular situation that is causing the both of you to either spend time alone or not speak to each other. I don't think this is something that's going to break you apart. It's just going to be a disagreement. It's going to be something where you have to leave it alone until it comes back and stops being a problem. I had a similar message in pile 2. So if you're coming from pile 2, this could just be confirmation, or you could go to pile 2 to see what that one's all about. But I remember there being something very similar. But person A, let's read from the Tarantula passage. In my mind's eye, I keep seeing the moon, and maybe it's supposed to resonate with Neptune, because the moon in tarot is supposed to be about secrets or hidden things, hidden feelings, something that is a secret essentially. Maybe there's something here you're both not seeing. So it could be that you're both wrong, or maybe you're both right. But regardless, there's like a missing piece of key information here that you are both refusing to see. One, because you're clouded by judgment if you're person A, and if you're person B, it's because, again, your wounds are being triggered. Your particular, the pressure points that are rooted to your wounds are being triggered, essentially. I feel like you have healed from this, but whenever you see it, you get in a way. So maybe you're 99% healed, and that 1% is just enough of a grain of salt that it's bothering you right now. But let's go ahead and read from the book. At a crossroad, claiming life's purpose, the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing life's deeper purpose, or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. Yeah, I feel like person B is viewing person A as this tarantula character at a crossroads, somebody who has to really make a decision for themselves because they are going through a bit of a karmic lesson. And here's the thing, because I've seen this a lot, where you kind of want to control your friend, loved one, or somebody close to you and tell them exactly what to do. But sometimes they have to learn that lesson themselves and hope that it doesn't come back to bite you, or that you don't get involved. Because I feel like person A really is having to go through it right now. There is a sense of alienation within person A. So it could be that they don't want to have to see what person B is seeing because they don't want to be alienated from something here, whether it's their own friendship circle that does not involve person B, or whether it's like a particular situation, person. There's something here where person A has to learn the lesson the hard way, and person B is going to have to just sit back and try not to say, I told you so. Again, because person B, they just don't want to see person A get hurt. But person A may not learn until they get hurt, unfortunately. That's why trials came through. But regardless, I feel like the both of you really do respect each other here. You're just taking time apart because you respect each other, because you don't want to make this into a bigger issue than it should be. There is definitely boundary setting here. So I feel like you're both on the same page there, where you want to keep each other's energy to yourself, especially regarding this situation. And what this situation situation is, I'm not exactly sure. It could be anything. I think what's bothering you both right now is the perspective and the notion that one wants to feel like they're right more than the other. And honestly, maybe person B is right, but even if they're not, they have to let person A do their own thing. They have to let person A figure this out because, like I said, some people won't learn until they go through the lesson. This could easily be like a parent and child thing where you want to protect your child from everything, but you can't protect kids from everything. They have to learn the hard way. You know, they're going to have to eventually learn what heartbreak is. You can't keep them from not having, you know, relationships where someone's going to hurt them. That's just part of life sometimes. And yes, protect and save them from things that are immediate dangers or life-threatening, but you can't save people from figuring out what other people's or what other intentions are. You know, they sometimes it's something small here, but regardless, I feel like it had to be brought to your attention here in this reading pile 3 because it was really getting on your nerves, or it was really bothering you. We have 3 yellow circles, and I want to say they're suns, but I feel like Dr. Octopus's is the moon. So there's something that's going to come to light here. I feel like this Neptunian vision will eventually clear up once the healing has been done. And I feel like you both will be there when this is over. Like you will both either come back together or the air will be cleared eventually. But I kind of want to move on to the tarot portion because I feel like we already understand what this is. You may understand what this is already. And I'm more concerned about how this is going to play out for the both of you. So we're going to do the tarot portion in A and B style as well. And it might give us a little bit more view into what the actual, what the deal is here, pile 3. So let's start with the connecting cards. Sorry if you notice a cut pile 3, but let's go ahead and get your connecting cards. So for my pile 3 and their person, where are they? What do they agree on? We have the 7 of Swords. There's definitely something shady going on. This isn't one of you against the other. This is a shady situation, person, thing. There's something about deception here. This is the thing that person B is trying to warn person A about. We also have Queen of Swords, and I feel like you could see this as either of you, like you both feel like you know what the situation is. I feel like you both agree that this is shady and that you both have your own ways of going about it. And the Sun, yeah, you're very confident about how to go about this particular situation. Let's go ahead and get individual cards though. So for person A, we have the Ace of Cups. This could have to do with a friendship. 10 of Pentacles. This could have to do with money or the workplace. Chariot. Yeah, person A is going to do whatever they want, fortunately and unfortunately, I guess depending on which one you resonate with more, pile 3. And Ace of Wands. Look, person A is very confident. Person A is very confident. I would have contingency plans if I was person A though. I hope they do, because they're very confident. But they're honestly not thinking everything through because there are no swords cards here. It's mostly feeling and a lot of new energy. We have Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. So this is definitely a new person or a new group of people, a new situation to them. I feel like they either feel comfortable with this, or like I said, it could just be a new connection that they feel will either get them like money, or that they feel this connection is like a good connection to have to get them up somewhere. And the Chariot, it's usually a card of like moving forward and success. What I'm seeing is that person A is going to do this, doesn't matter how much person B tells them to. Let's get person B. So we have the King of Wands. Look, person B has a lot more control over the situation, if not energetically, than over how they play their part in this. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. If you resonate with person B, don't put any money on this. Don't put any of your effort into this. Because the Pentacles lets me know that you want to help, you want to do something about it. Don't. And Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I feel like person B is more willing to let time and karma play their thing out. Back of the deck, Ten of Swords. There is going to be something going down here, unfortunately. And both of you are playing your part in this. Person A, like I said, they're going to do whatever they want. This is something new for them. They might be the kind of person who likes to chase the thrill of something new, or maybe they just prefer to try something out. Like I said, strong Aquarius energy with person A. I feel like they're going to do whatever they feel like doing. And if it messes up, they feel they can pick this back up again and move forward. Like they feel indestructible, essentially. They could be a little bit on the side of it's kind of like the way they're seeing how person B is telling them to do this is that, well, you're not me and you're nothing like me, so I feel like I should take my own advice over you. And I feel like they're trying to say that as respectfully as possible as well. Because like I said, there's a lot of respect for each other. We have the Queen of Swords here letting me know that you both really appreciate each other's perspective. The Queen would not be rude. The Queen would just like take into consideration how one and the other thinks. Next to the Sun, at the same time, it's like you both appreciate each other's perspectives too. But this is one of those cases where you kind of don't want to see anybody get caught up in something that they shouldn't be in with the Seven of Swords here, because there's something shady going on. Somebody here is lying, somebody here is being secretive. Again, not towards each other. This is somebody else. This is a third party situation. I'm kind of surprised that the Three of Swords didn't come out, but that's fine, because that means that you're not going to really be upset about this. You're just going to be in your own mindset, your own mood. You might set a boundary here and just not talk about it, or just not see each other while this thing is going on. But I don't feel this is a separation. Like, I feel like this is definitely just a big disagreement where you each have to follow your own way of doing this. Person B, on the other hand, so person B has the power to walk away whenever they want. Person B has the power to really not have to do anything. They also have a lot of influence over person A. And I feel like person A will take whatever person B is saying to heart. So person B kind of has to be wary that they're not being too pessimistic or negative about this. Because person B believes in fate, believes in luck. Person B would be the more spiritual one here with the Wheel of Fortune. It's also interesting we have the Wheel of Fortune, because this would be square energy that is by the fixed signs. All the fixed signs are very stubborn in their own ways. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And I've already mentioned Aquarius here. So you could be either of these signs. With this kind of energy, could just be very, like I said, it's fixed. You're going to be stubborn about this, and you're not really going to see eye to eye. With the Page of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, I feel like person B will be there should person A mess up. But you have to be wary, if you resonate with person B more, not to put any of your money in this, and don't really invest more than you have to into this, because it could end up costing you somehow. I feel like, or if it's not money, it could be energy, or even your own physical, like your physicality. Like if this is something that has to do with helping out somebody in person, don't. You don't have to show up. Don't lift a finger. This is something that person A has to do themselves, because they're the ones who agreed to this, or they're the ones wanting to do this, and you on the other hand know better than to do this. An example I'm being shown, because this has happened before, if you have a partner, for example, or a friend or somebody in your family who volunteers you to do something you didn't agree to, this is what this would be. And person B would be somebody who's like, no, I have other things to do. Not only that, but that person that you're asking me to help never helps me when I ask them to. Something along those lines. Or maybe this person will take advantage of person B, and B will be like exhausted after the end of that whole situation. And person A is like, well, no, this is family and we have more than enough time, energy, etc. And they want to help. So it's that kind of situation. And that's a very neutral kind of situation. It could be something a lot more dire than that, because like I said, there's something shady up here. There's somebody who is not being completely honest, or trying, yes, it says here, getting away with something. Somebody's trying to get away with something here. It may or may not have to do with something legal, so that's another reason why I think person B is so cautious about this, and person A just doesn't care, or they feel like they can do whatever. And you're just both gonna have to come to an agreement with this. Ten of Swords lets me know that something will happen. But hopefully person A ends up being just fine and person B tries not to throw it back in their face. Underneath that, we have the Five of Wands. It is reversed, and reversed, it would be conflict avoidance. So hopefully this is something that can be avoided. We also have the card of transformation here, death. So I feel like this is going to be a shift in the way things are done. Something could come to an end here. It could be a relationship, a situation, or whatever you both have to do with this particular thing, that could come to an end as well. I do see that being on the, like, I feel like it's you're leaving us behind. Three of Pentacles, this could have something to do with work. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Reverse, letting me know that yes, you will come back to your happily ever after, but like, or not your happily ever, but you will come back to being, you know, happy with each other, but that's going to be just another story in your long line of disagreements. And I feel like you both don't want to have disagreements, but like any relationship, any connection will have those. So let's go ahead and see how this will progress. I'm going to draw 3 cards from the same deck. So yeah, I feel like you both just have to let each other do the things that you have to do. And if you're person B, don't invest. If you're person A, be careful. And if you are person A, you're probably tired of people hearing you. You're probably tired of hearing people tell you to be careful. We have Five of Swords. It's a no-win situation, honestly. We have the Three of Cups. This could involve friends. I feel like this involves like another group of people or a particular friend. And the Two of Pentacles. This is just making wiser decisions. Yeah, I feel like this is very straightforward. Like, someone's not going to end up being happy here, and it could have something to do with a group of friends, or putting an end to a group of friends, or maybe just keeping a distance from a group of friends, holding people accountable, and I think things will eventually go back to normal. So if this is a rough patch for you, pile 3, I feel like this is just confirmation that things will be fine. You just have to let your person find this out the hard way. So let's go ahead and get some closing advice for my pile 3. We're going to start with the angel number cards. This reading has been very straightforward. Like, I didn't have to do much digging about this particular situation. For my pile 3, we have 18. You are both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure that your goals are aligned with the collective need and with the highest good of all. I am kind-hearted. 18 could be an important number. Maybe somebody here was born on the 18th, like me, or maybe somebody here is 18 years of age, whoever is involved. Another way of seeing this, again, this is you, pile 3. You're very open-hearted and open-minded, which is both a good and a bad thing. Some people will take advantage of this, of course. They take advantage of people's kindness sometimes, but I feel like you've learned from that. Like, you've learned when to set up the boundaries and when to avoid people who would be taking advantage of you. I think you're really good at detecting when somebody would do this to you as well. Let's go ahead and but don't let this situation like dampen your spirit. Don't let it darken your vision. I feel like it won't, but this is just a reminder. Like, I feel like this is just something you're gonna have to help your person get through. Let's go ahead and get your angel card, your angel tarot card. We have Five of Water. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilled milk. Yeah, I'm very much hearing I told you so. I'm very much hearing like you're gonna have to see somebody be heartbroken, and you might even have a hard time sympathizing with that because of how much you just knew things would go wrong. So just be careful of that. Go easy on your person. Go easy on your person, especially if they're younger or less experienced. Back of the deck, we have 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. A very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. I feel like you will be fine financially. Just don't put any money into this. And if somebody here makes money off of this, which is more likely to be your person if they're the more risky one, I would allow them to come to you with the money. Don't ask, and don't feel that they owe you anything. I know that's weird. Like, maybe somebody here is like gambling or something. So let them win their money, but let them keep it. I doubt you will do this, but I feel like just don't mention it. Even though they were right about something, it could have been too big of a risk if that's if that makes any sense. Anyway, let's go ahead and get some Cupid Says cards. These could be from your person. This could be from your higher self, your spirit guides, the universe. For my pile 3, I want you. Yeah, there's definitely a feeling of belonging to each other here. I'm really sorry. Yeah, someone's going to be sorry here. If you're looking for a sign, this is it. I feel like person B especially saw all the signs, just saw every single red flag the moment it was brought up. I've lost faith. And rise again. Yeah, you'll come back from this. You will both come back from this. You will be on speaking terms. Yeah, back of the deck. Once bit and twice shy. You will be on speaking terms again. This is just going to be something you both have to agree to disagree and then get over eventually. But this is where I leave you, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and your person. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose this orange calcite heart, then we have a reading here for you about you and your person, where you both stand. Sorry, I'm just now noticing that it's got a little something hit my poor little orange calcite heart. Oh no. But anyway, you and your person, where are you currently within this connection? You versus them. We're gonna see what the subject matter is with the card that you chose. Then we're going to use the oracles to see where you both stand on this position or where you both are. Then we're going to deep dive into it in the tarot. So let's start with the card you chose. We have Meditate 35. And I'm going to go ahead and get the our Prism Oracle card just to elaborate on Meditate, because it's a very neutral card. I could see this as both of you taking your time to think on something. For my pile 4, we have Surrender. I'm seeing the Hanged Man here, because in the tarot, the Hanged Man is the card of shifting perspective. And I feel like both of you are going through your own shift in a perspective as well. I feel like there's been something that's been brought up, either something life-changing or something that is a little bit more involved, like a next step, if you will. And you're both thinking about this here. So you're both tapping into higher consciousness with Surrender. Let's go ahead and get your cards. You can be either person A or person B, depending on which side you resonate with the most, pile 4. I'm being told to start with the Astro cards here. So for my person A, we have opposition, confrontation. So there's definitely been... This is interesting. We have mirroring numbers, 35 and 53. I feel like there's something that you are both at odds with, or at least person A is at odds with whatever it is that person B is thinking about. But let's see where person B is. We have solar flare, activate. So whatever this is, person B has decided to make a decision here. I feel like they may or may have not taken person A's either feelings or thoughts, and they haven't taken person A into consideration in this particular situation. Or even if they did, I feel like they kind of went against person A's decision here. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards just to lay it out. For my pile 4, we have Wiccan, self-control, never heard of it. This could be due to person A's lack of self-control. Like person B did something knowing that person A wouldn't like it. So maybe they did it without telling them, or they did it regardless of what they thought. Like there's a feeling that person B didn't take person A into account here. We have Deadpool for person B. I'm just here for the snacks. Person B is definitely in a more carefree attitude about this. And this card popped out. We have Valkyrie. You can because you must. I'm going to see where this is supposed to go. I feel like this is supposed to go in the middle. I feel like you both are very open about each doing whatever they have to do to make themselves happy. But at the same time, especially person A can't help but feel a certain way about it. It's like they're fine with person B doing whatever it is that they need to do, but they're still going to feel a certain way about it is what I'm saying. So I feel like person A doesn't want to hinder the freedoms of their person. But that doesn't mean they're not going to stop feeling a certain way about it or being in a certain mood because of this. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards for my pile 4. Let me get a better shuffle. So person A, we have trial 17. And then person B, we have harmony 28. And I'm gonna go ahead and censor it. It's nothing too risque, but her butt crack is showing, as is her cleavage. So honestly, I feel like person A is having a harder time of this. Like, they're okay that person B did whatever it is that this is, but at the same time, they're having their own inner struggle with this. It's kind of like they didn't realize that they would be triggered by something that person B did here, and now they're having to deal with that particular outcome. In fact, I'm looking at the back of the deck of this, and there's healing. So there's definitely some healing here. Maybe this is why the meditation card came through, because healing can come in the form of meditation sometimes for either pile, for either person here. We're gonna get the last card, and that is our animal cards. So I feel like I don't think this is a separation or even a rift within this connection. And I do feel it's mostly romantic just because of how personally person A is taking this. It could be friends, it could be family, but I'm mostly seeing like a romantic connection here. So person A, we have the vulture, and then person B, we have the crow. What's interesting is that in most of these cards, it's like they're facing away from each other. Deadpool and Wiccan are facing this way. The vulture and the crow. You're looking in opposite directions, essentially. Except in these little love cards here, it's like person A wishes they could look at their person, and person B is looking at their person through a mirror. So it's quite interesting here, the dynamic between the both of you. I'm not sure what the nature of this connection is. I feel like it could either be very new, therefore there are feelings involved, but it's not like you can say much about this, or you just give each other a lot of freedom. It's kind of like you don't want to hinder each other's growth or choices, and you don't want to tell somebody what to do here, but you do wish that somebody had considered your thoughts, your feelings, or even your place within this connection a little bit more if you're person A. And if you're person B, it's the feeling that you couldn't help but follow something here. I feel like person B might lack a little bit of self-control, but that doesn't mean that they don't care for person A. I feel like the feelings are very much still there. So you both have to kind of go with the flow with this particular situation. It's like person B did what they did, and now they have to meditate on this, if you will, maybe even heal from this. And what the nature of what happened is, I'm not quite sure. I just feel like it had something to do that left out person A in some way, shape, or form. Or maybe when I'm looking at these birds, they're both birds, but one is definitely bigger than the other. The vulture is an animal that has to, well, they don't have to, but they do eat up all the roadkill on the road. So they serve a purpose, even though they are big, scary birds. I feel like person A sometimes feels like the cleanup crew for whatever person B does. It could be, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, that sometimes they feel a little bit more like the responsible one in this connection. Meanwhile, person B is kind of there. When I'm thinking of the crow, I think of like they see something shiny, they go for it. They see something they like, they go for it. I'm gonna see what the book has to say about the crow, because I know enough about the vulture at large. Where I live, or where I used to live, there would be these big trees, and I would see turkey vultures up close. They are gigantic birds. I mean, these things are huge. They could easily pick up a small child and, take it away. That's how scary and big they are. So I feel like person A might have this kind of appearance or demeanor where they're just, you don't really mess with person A. And I feel like person B is one of the few people who dares to mess with them. So if, for example, if this wasn't a romantic connection and instead it was like a parent and child connection, person B would be the child who probably oversteps their boundaries with their parents and tries to get away with as much as possible. It's like this would be the kid who does things first and then asks for permission later. I feel like person B definitely has this kind of mentality, even with their friends, even with their romantic partners, because they've been able to get away with a lot. So take this as it resonates. But let's go ahead and look at the book. Crow, spiritually strong, creative, and watchful. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when their mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. So this could be something that person B had to follow intuitively. And I think that's the one thing going for person B, if we were to make a case for person B doing what they did, disregarding person A's feelings. They did something because they felt that they needed to at that moment. It could have been something that was only limited for a time, or maybe something that was going to be a bit of an investment. Whatever person B did, they felt that it was the right time and the right moment to do it. They were definitely following a gut instinct. So this is at odds with whatever person A had either suggested or hoped for. But I feel like person A is very forgiving. So it all depends on what the situation is here. But regardless, I feel like you are both in a state of healing through this, surrendering to the situation, meditating for sure, as in you are both in your heads about this. And person B probably a little bit more actually meditating if they are that intuitive. You can because you must with Valkyrie lets me know that there's almost a sense of duty to this as well. It's like, well, we're locked in now, so there's no going back. That's what I'm getting the feeling from this in this particular pile. So if this sounds like you and your person, if this sounds like something that has been going on, and I feel like you would know because this is something that is, for some of you, it could be life altering. And for some of you, it's just something that you know is going to affect this relationship going forward. So let's go ahead and tap into the tarot because I'm very curious to see how this will play out, because I'm not getting a sense of animosity from this. Quite the contrary. I am getting a little bit of heartbreak. I am getting a little bit of how could you do this, but I'm not getting a sense of either of you wanting to. You're at a neutral, you're on neutral grounds right now. You're both at a neutral space because I feel like it's early enough in this decision that you can both decide what you want to do going forward. So let's go ahead and we are using, what are we using? The Lucid Dreams Tarot. And we're going to do this A and B style as well. So we're going to start with the connecting cards to see what the situation is about, or anything else about the situation that is keeping you two together that you both agree on that is important. So for my pile 4, we have the 10 of Cups. This could have something to do with family since we have parents and a child here. This could also have something to do with your relationship in general, or even your living situation. This one wanted to come out. We have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this was a brash decision or a decision made without much thought. And the Sun. You're both confident that you can overcome this, which explains why there's not a lot of hard feelings in the oracles. I'm not sensing any animosity. I'm not sensing anything. It's more like, okay, we got to do this now. I feel like you could both be fire signs here. Like you make a decision and sure, you'll blow up about it at first, but then you get on with it. That's very much fire sign energy. Kind of like you'll do it, but you have to make a scene first, you know, or maybe have a bit of an argument, but it's like a small one. All right, let's get person A's thoughts. I heard thoughts and prayers for person A for some reason. We have the Magician. So person A is used to being the one in control. They're used to being the one who manifests. They're used to being the one who calls the shots here. We have the Page of Pentacles, but they're being reduced to a Page of Pentacles, letting me know that all they can really do is be a support system physically or in a practical manner to person B. We have the Four of Wands. Believe it or not, I feel like they're going to support person A no matter what happens. And then 2 more wanted to come out. King of Swords and 3 of Cups. So they're actually going to be, I'm seeing them kind of ask their friends for help, or maybe share their thoughts with their friends, maybe family with the 3 of Cups. I feel like this could also make them seem good in a group, in a social circle, or within a group of friends, whatever's going on. So they're definitely not going to reveal their true emotions or their true feelings to everybody else around them. If anything, they're just going to go ahead and do what they do best, which is manifest, use everything within their control, within their power to make this successful. Because I do see them wanting to be successful for person B, but let's see how person B is within this entire thing. I feel like whatever this is, the only thing you guys really don't agree on is the fact that somebody here made a decision without the other. I feel like if you had talked about this a little bit more, it would have been fine. But person B, what's going on with them? We have the High Priestess. Like I said, that intuition is so strong with person B. And look, we have the Magician and the High Priestess. You can see them as the Emperor and Empress, but on a spiritual level, letting me know that they are both kind of ready. They're both ready for this. Whatever this is, they are both energetically and spiritually, mentally, if you will, ready for whatever this decision is. I just feel like person B, especially if they're the one who typically doesn't call the shots, is calling the shots here. Person A could have been a little... They were just taken off they wish they had made the decision, essentially, but person B went ahead and did it. We have the Devil. So I'm going to clarify this just to make sure. I could see somebody accusing person B of ulterior motives with the Devil. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Because look how the Pentacles are mirrored here. The Page and the Ace of Pentacles. They're both on the same page, knowing that they had to start this at some point. But again, there might have been differing times here. But the Page and Ace of Pentacles can definitely be mirroring cards. We also have the Fool. Yep. Person B was like, yeah, I don't really care. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Like, it doesn't matter what your sense of timing is. My sense of timing, my gut feeling is telling me to do this. So I have to do this. So the Devil card is coming through as like it's coming through as a foolishness. It's coming through as somebody who's making decisions that are unwise or that should have been taken into consideration a little bit more. Some people could see this as a bad habit. Maybe person B doesn't always like take everybody else into consideration.Maybe this is just a terrible habit they have that person A wishes person B would knock off. But the thing is, they're both in it now. So all they can really do is grow through it. With the Ace of Pentacles, I'm seeing either like a business venture or something to do with money. It could even be for some of you children, which I feel like it's not going to be everybody, because I don't think somebody would just agree to have a kid without somebody else's consent. Unless, of course, it was like an accidental pregnancy. But even then, I don't think this is the case. Take it how you will. Back of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The thing is, I think you both have wanted this particular thing, whatever it is, for a long time. And maybe you had both been working toward it. For example, let's say the both of you wanted to move in together or wanted to get your own place. I feel like person B just pulled the trigger and went ahead, put a deposit down on a particular place so that they could finally move in. And maybe person A didn't have a chance to discuss where it was, what the situation is. I feel like person B just went ahead for it because person B saw a chance, an opportunity, and they were like, no, that apartment or that house isn't going to be up or available for too long. So they went ahead and, you know, they pulled the trigger on this, so to say. Another way of seeing this is maybe one or the both of you wanted to go ahead and start a business. Person B went ahead and filled out all the paperwork and started, you know, buying inventory for example, the store. I feel like person B just went ahead and did what they needed to do. And I don't know if that's characteristic of person B or not, but in this instant it is, and person A is just shaken up by it. But regardless, person A is happy and proud of person B. And I just feel like this is actually going to work out. Whatever this is, you may not have liked how it started, but it's going to work out. Another way, I'm just being shown all kinds of examples, and I guess it could go at length. In a romantic connection, it's like person B is the one who decides to go ahead and ask person A to be in a committed partnership or to take the next step or to propose. And person A, again, they didn't want it to be so soon, or maybe they were waiting for the right time, but they're like, screw it, let's go ahead and do this since we both love each other and wanted this anyway. That's the feeling I am getting, because I'm getting nothing but positive vibes. It's just the beginning of it that kind of threw the both of you off. Person B, because of their intuition, and I feel like when person B gets a hint from their intuition, they obey their intuition. But person A, they prefer to be the one who makes the decision, preferably in tandem with person B. So yeah, I feel like this ends up becoming a non-issue, even though in the beginning it felt a little bit like it would cause a problem. I'm gonna leave this here because it was the back of the deck, but let's go ahead and get some cards to see how this will progress, the past, present, future, if you will. This is going to be very transformative for the both of you. We have Knight of Swords. This is the communication. You have both already spoken about this at length. I feel like you have both already shared your ideas and stuff. So when person B took that leap, They thought, well, I'd already spoken about it with person A. They'll be fine with this. But person A was like, wait a minute. This is not exactly what I thought we were talking about. Or I didn't think it would happen so soon. Let's go ahead and get the current card. We have the Page of Cups. This is definitely going to shift your relationship, that's for sure. You're going to experience new things. I don't think your feelings for each other will change, but you will see a different way of expressing your love toward each other, or even in relating to each other. For example, if we're going with the example of moving in together, you're going to start seeing new sides of them because you're sharing a space. And that would make sense for person A, because if they're telling their friends that they're having their own place now, then they have a place to gather as opposed to wherever it is that they used to be. Let's go ahead and get the third card. We have the Four of Swords. Again, the meditation is coming through. The card says rest, relaxation, meditation, renewal, solitude, retreat, sanctuary. Sanctuary and renewal does make me think of the home. It also makes me think that this is putting something to rest, but I want to see exactly what this is. So I'm going to get a clarifier. So let's clarify the Four of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles. This is going to save you both money, and it's going to allow you both to be able to invest in the future. For example, if you're buying a home together, this could be a home that ends up, you know, being worth a lot more once you decide to sell it within a few years. That's just an example. Another example, again, if it's a business, you started off and maybe you take out a small loan, but it ends up making you a lot more money than that loan, so you're able to pay that off and then pay yourselves. So just take this as it resonates. This is going to have a positive outcome in the long term, because we have a lot of pentacles here. The Page, the Ace, the King, and the Knight. Letting me know that you are both on the same page about this. And like I said before, you're both actually going to be very happy about this too. The only thing I would watch out for, I feel like person B is going to get a little bit, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of distrust toward person B from person A, but it's also kind of learning to trust their intuition, because this Devil card is very prominent here, letting me know that person A kind of just really hopes person B really does speak to them about this situation going forward, or about anything else on their mind. That and or person A is just going to have to learn to trust person B's intuition. Back of the deck again is Four of Cups. There's a lot of fours here, because we have the Four of Swords, Four of Cups, Four of Wands. And this is all about structure. The number 4 is a card of structure. The only card that is missing is the Four of Pentacles, letting me know, again, that this is about money, wanting to hold on to something. It could even be about holding on to each other practically. So maybe this is one way that you both keep the relationship more solid, more stable. And again, this could have been something you spoke about. So whatever this is, I feel like, especially if you're already married, I feel like you had hoped to make the decision together as a married couple, but instead person B just went ahead and did the decision. But I don't think it's something that's going to, in the long run, it's going to be okay, but it's going to be something person A has to get over eventually. But let's go ahead and get your advice cards, because overall it's very positive energy. Overall, this is all something to look forward to. Number 4 is also the number of the Emperor. So again, we're dealing with power here. There might be a little imbalance of power at first, or maybe you feel that the power within this connection is shaken up. But like I said, it's all for a good cause. I feel like person B did have person A. The person B had the future of both them and person A in mind here. So let's go ahead and get your angel number card. We have 13, which when you add them up, make a 4. You are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. I am confident. There's a lot of confidence here for sure, mostly on person B's part. But I think also person A, because they believe in person B's, in their vision, in whatever person B has to bring to this connection, or how they go about this. I'm also using the Angel Tarot. I'm using it as an oracle card here, or oracle deck. This deck is hard to shuffle, which is why I don't like using it as a tarot. It's just very thick. All right, but person, my pile 4. Oh, and this is pile 4 as well. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, 4 is an important number. We have 8 of air. This is 8 of swords. An illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Yeah, I feel like somebody here was afraid to take the first step, so somebody had to take the step. There's an illusion of not being able to do something, but the thing is that I think person B was able to see through that and went ahead and took that leap. It could just be the lack of self-confidence here as well that was keeping the both of you stuck in a certain mentality. So somebody had to break the chain, if you will, break through. Let's go ahead and get some Cupid Says cards. These could be from your person or they could be from your higher self, regardless of who you identified as here, pile 4. This really is a pile where I feel like you could be either or, depending on how confident you are and how much you believe in this. But I also see a team here. Like, you're both definitely a team. We have, I just want to know why. Yeah, person A wants to know why person B just did this without their consent. Or, yeah, I feel like it was mostly without their consent. Or without speaking to them a little bit more about it. They also have, I think a lot about us. Yeah, person B thinks a lot about, I think you both think a lot about each other. Let's go on an adventure. This is very spontaneous. Like I said, very fiery energy. If you're looking for a sign, this is it. Whatever sign this has to be for you, pile 4, I feel like this is it. Darling, this feels so right. Yeah, I feel like person B would not have done this if it didn't feel right. Like I said, they follow their gut instinct. They follow their intuition. And I feel like in this case, it was great. The time is now. Yeah, the time was for this to happen was right now. And like I said, person B pulled the trigger and there it goes. But this is where I leave you, pile 4. I really hope this works out for both you and your person. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose this heart, I forget what it is. I want to say it's red jasper, possibly. If you chose the red jasper heart, then we have a reading here for you about you and your person, where you are both at, you versus them. We're going to see what the nature of this specific topic is between you and your person, and then we're going to go deeply into whatever this particular subject is. So let's start with the card you chose. We have Dream Journal, number 20. Are you sleeping? So I'm going to go ahead and clarify this with the Prism Oracle cards to see what the emotions coming through are. This could literally have to do with dreams. We have confidence. I'm going to get one more. And happiness. I think you're both already on the same page about this. With dreams, you could quite literally be going after your dreams, or we could be talking about, I'm seeing the both of you in bed. So if you share a bed with this person, I feel like this will just be confirmation. But whatever this is, it's about you wanting the same things. I feel like you're both trying to achieve something here. Let's go ahead and get your cards. You can be either person A or B, depending on which one you resonate with more. But let me lay out the cards here. So for person A, we have Saturn structure. Person A provides the structure here. They could have a lot of Saturn in their chart as well, or be a Capricorn. And then we have person B. We have second house resources. So person B is more focused on money, resources, the things they own, what they have. This could be real estate as well, or even inheritance. This is very strong Taurus energy as well. I feel like you both could be earth signs, or even if you're not, you just have like a stability about your particular connection. You are both on the same page so far, whatever this is. You both have the same idea. You have the right idea about this. I'm not sure what it is that you've started or what you are aiming for, but you are both on the same page. For person A, we have oyster and cheetah. So person A is somebody who wasn't always as confident as they were now, but I feel like with person B by their side, they've gained this sort of it's boosted their self-esteem. It's kind of given them a reason to go after more in life. And then with person B, we have camel. Again, resources, because camels hold water in their hump to let them, so that they can stay hydrated within a desert. I feel like person B is definitely somebody who's ride or die. They're more than willing to go the long distance because they have the resources, the talent, the know-how to get them there somehow. I feel like person A really does find something amazing within person B that is somebody that they can rely on. And same thing with person B. Person B found somebody that is willing to put in the hard work that they need to see this through with person A. Beautiful compatibility here. Beautiful energy. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. We have trials for person A. This has come out in like half of my piles today. So, but to me, this card is a card of, yes, this connection is worth putting an effort for. This connection will have its ups and downs, but it's just it's the test to see how strong this connection is, but not a bad thing. And then for person B, we have moving on, but I'm not seeing this as moving on from each other. It's moving on to the next phase within this relationship. The fact that both cards have two people in them embracing each other lovingly lets me know that you are, again, you're both on the same page. Whatever this is, you are both in the same state of mind, in the same mindset. I feel like, yes, it's not you versus them, it's the both of you together. I think this is the only pile who's really gotten this, at least very straightforward in the oracles. Let's go ahead and get your last cards. Person A has Mystique. What you see is never what you get. And then person B has Wiccan. Self-control, never heard of it. There is a little bit of a recklessness to the both of you, and the way it comes through is that it's actually meant to get you further. With person A, they have the capacity to be multifaceted in a good way. They can be whatever it is that they need to be to different people. If we were to see person A as the more extroverted one, they know how to wear many masks to get people to do what they need or to get people on board with them. Person A is definitely the one who is more on the outside of this particular project, especially with oyster and cheetah. Like if they're typically in an oyster, they're not afraid to come out with this fiery cheetah energy that is able to get them across the finish line. There's definitely a project or something here that they are both undertaking, and it's going to be successful because they both provide something that this particular project or situation needs. And then with person B, with self-control, never heard of it. I really do feel person B would be like a Taurus, because Tauruses can sometimes lack self-control, but in this case, I see it as a good thing. Like if person B has an obsessive nature, it's towards their goals. So they could be somebody who might miss out on a little bit of sleep to get their goals done, or they might decide they're the kind of person who forgets how to, like, when to take a rest over this particular situation. But I feel like in this case, it's a good thing. It's like sacrificing a few personal hours to get the outcome of something. Both person A and B have the right mindset. They both want to win. They both want to achieve something here. It could be something material. This could be a business, for example, or it could be a competition. But you are both on the same mind track. Like you are both very similar when it comes to obtaining the goals that you want. It's just the way you go about doing things that are different but complementary here. Like people wouldn't expect the both of you to be a great team, but you somehow end up being a really good team, especially because I feel like person A is a little bit more exciting than person B. But if they knew person B was the secret sauce to them, person B is the rock that provides everything here, then they would understand why person A is so attracted to person B, because there is attraction here. At the very least, on the way that they both work towards something, there's an absolute attraction. And I feel like they both bring each other a lot of confidence and happiness as well. This is definitely very romantic, but romantic as well as like you're both capable of being business partners, teammates, etc. You both want the same things, and this is just part of the attraction here. And honestly, I kind of like it. I really do like this kind of power couple energy that you both exhibit here. Very interesting energy. Fire energy is coming through very strongly because we have Sagittarius. Both the cheetah and the camel are considered fire animals in the animal spirit deck from the Wild Unknown. Oyster is water. And happiness, because of this orangey, well, it looks orange to me, I'm not sure how it looks in the screen, is again that fiery color. And even the heart you chose is red for fire. I feel like there's a lot of fire energy within the both of you. You could have like a fire trine between your astrological charts, or maybe even in the composite chart. But there's something here where you both use your strengths and weaknesses to get ahead. It's kind of like your weaknesses, you somehow turn into something positive here. Let's say one of you is really, really great at, like I said, being obsessive, but that obsession could be something good if it's put to good use, like in research or in trying to figure out a particular, trying to solve a problem. And then maybe one of you is more is better at like being very putting on a character, which I don't want to call lying, but it can be seen as that. It's more like acting, but they use that power to be able to get people, like they use that charisma in order to get people on board with, for example, funding for a business or some sort of venture here. I feel like you both really just work with each other on every level to succeed, and you end up succeeding. That's why the dream journal is here. I feel like you both are able to accomplish some goal that you both have had in each other's hearts for a long time. Maybe you both didn't even realize you had this same dream, and when you came together and found out that you had it and you both went for it, it started coming very easily, or you started to see this dream come true because of each other and with each other. And it's really beautiful because now you can both share it. You both have somebody else to share this with, and it's not just for you. And I feel like that makes the fruition of this dream just like twice as sweet here. So if this sounds like you and your person, or if this is something you want to claim and you want to see how else this will go, let's go ahead and move on to the tarot portion. I was very quick here because, like, honestly, this is very straightforward here. And I think you know who your person is. You both, again, you're both amazing at doing what you do. And you have complementary energies, which I think is better than mirroring energies, because when they're complementary, they're different, but they just work. So we're going to use the tarot to go deeply, a little bit more deeply into this. It's going to be person A and B style again. So again, you can choose whichever you are. I feel like in this particular pile, you could be either or, depending on how your energy is. But let's start with connecting energies in the tarot. For my pile 5, we have the 6 of Cups. You both have a childlike wonder when you get together. This to me is the card of like very pure love. Like there's a love here between you that is very innocent, kind of like that of a child. People like to associate this with nostalgia and the past and memories. For me, it's comfort with each other. For me, it's like two people who just get along very easily, almost as if they had known each other forever. And maybe in some cases you have. Let's go ahead and clarify that. Well, get more cards for the connecting energies. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Yes, you're both going to see something through here. You're both going to obtain something that you both have wanted for a long time. And the Moon. So I'm being told that this is more divine intervention, or something that is... The nighttime might be important here. Quite literally, the moon could be something important here. This is also trusting your intuition. The moon can be intuition. Sometimes it's seen as secrets, but I'm not really seeing this here, except maybe as like a secret wish or a secret dream, because I'm being shown that this is something very positive. Let's go ahead and get cards for person A. Because like I said, typically the moon is secrets or something hidden or something in the subconscious, but here it's like, yes, it's subconscious, but it's like a dream you both always wanted. It's a wish fulfillment. So for person A, we have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Queen of Swords. So I feel like in the past, person A has tried to see this through and it didn't work out because they had to balance out certain expectations, or maybe they were not the right person to do this alone. Like maybe person A didn't have that other half that they needed to get this, to see this through, to get this done. Person A relied a little bit too heavily on certain things that they just weren't able to do on their own. I'm somebody who thinks very mathematically as opposed to somebody who thinks very abstractly is what I'm seeing. So either they didn't have one or the other here, or maybe they're not as creative as they wish they could be, or maybe they just didn't have like the math skills. Whatever it is here, person A tried to do this before and they lacked it, or maybe they just had the wrong person as well, because they definitely have the drive and the know-how, but it was something that they needed to balance out. And then person B. We have Strength. So it's definitely person B who does a lot of the heavy lifting. Whatever this is, I feel like person B was the secret sauce. And nobody saw this coming. We also have the Seven of Cups. Person B, though, their problem was too many options or being indecisive about how to go about doing this, as opposed to person A, who definitely had already tried. They were very decisive, they knew what to do, but they were lacking something that person B provided. We have the Eight of Cups. Person B gave up very easily. I feel like either they never tried it or they tried it once and gave up. So as opposed to person A, who would try it multiple times, but again, every time they tried it, they were lacking something, and it was whatever person B had to offer. Let's see what it is. Five of Wands. Person B has the know-how and the skill. I'm being told to take the Five of Wands here as a skill, specifically a physical skill, or a concrete skill. So for example, maybe person A is very experienced in this, but they never thought to do it alone. Maybe they really learned this skill in a different company with a different person on a different team, but they never thought to go it alone, as opposed to person A, who would do anything alone. They just don't have the skill to do this. When they met each other, it was like, I'm hearing it was chemistry at first sight. It could be physically compatibility as well, but mostly I'm seeing that you both have the same vision, the same dream. You wanted to do the same things. You just had very different ways about doing this. Person B would need somebody to help them do this. They really wouldn't ever do this alone. And person A needed to find the right people because they never really had the right person to do this with, even though they're very much capable of doing this alone. Yeah, person B is the secret sauce and person A is the starter. Back of the deck, Seven of Swords. Betrayal, deception, getting away with something. It's weird. There's kind of like a hint of somebody got screwed over in the past. Maybe it was person A by the people that they trusted, or maybe it was I think it's the both of you. I think you both trusted the wrong people at the wrong time with whatever this is. So when you found each other, you both had that in common as well, that you didn't want to take another chance on somebody who was going to betray you. I feel like that particular hurt that you both share is something that brought you even closer together as well. It's like you both understood what it's like to be treated that way, so you were not going to treat each other this way at all. Like you were not going to throw each other under the bus. You're not going to desert each other. The communication between the both of you is outstanding as well, especially with the moon here. In fact, the moon is making me think of healing each other's wounds without realizing this, because person A has the Ten of Swords and person B has the Eight of Cups. Like person B was willing to give up on this dream. Like maybe they had this dream years ago and now they're like, I don't want it anymore. If this is what the cost is, I don't want it. As opposed to person A, who probably just lost everything due to trusting the wrong person. So when they met each other, I feel like you both spoke about it at length. And once you realized that you could both do this, I feel like it started rather spontaneously as well. But you have both been betrayed in the past before by past people. So when you found each other, it's like you understood and knew that this was meant to be, that it was almost fate, that you could trust each other. You both knew it was going to be hard work, but because you had already done it before, it became less hard work. And instead it became a getting to know each other through taking on this particular project, whatever this is. And whatever this is, I'm not even sure what it is, Pile 5. I think that's irrelevant. I think what matters here is that you've both found a soulmate, not just romantically, if that is the case. It doesn't have to be, but for a lot of you, I feel like it could be. It's definitely like a partner, like a work partner, a business partner, a partner in a particular project. You both you do this amazingly, and it's almost like it was a match made in heaven. I really do like this because I feel like you don't fear your own wounds here, or you're not afraid to talk about them because you know that you will each understand each other. But what I do see is that you're both very willing to put your all into it because you met each other and because you both just work so well together. Let's go ahead and get some past, present, future about this situation. You both share the same dreams though. That's another way to see the Six of Cups, is like childhood dreams. Maybe this is a childhood dream for the both of you. For example, if you both make music, you could both, like maybe one of you is a great songwriter and a singer and the other person is a great composer. So when you come together, you just make the most beautiful music you could ever make. Take this how it resonates, of course. So for my pile 5, we have the Ten of Cups. This is a emotional fulfillment. This is also love, both on a platonic and romantic level. Like, I feel like if it didn't work out romantically between the both of you, because for some of you, it doesn't even have to be romantic, I feel like you would still love each other as people. There's a lot of admiration for each other. We also have the Chariot. You're able to go forward together. You're able to really get a lot done. You're going to go very far together. And even the Chariot, there's a reason there's like a white horse and a black horse here. It's because you're meant to be yin and yang. You're very complementary to each other. You're different, but it works. You're different, but it works here. Let's get the last card. We have the Four of Pentacles. I do see you both holding on to each other for a while because I feel like you never want to be out of each other's circle. You're going to keep each other around regardless of whether this ends up working or not. I feel like the things you both create, the things you both experience are just something divine, and you just know it was meant to be. Back of the deck, we have Judgment. Yeah. This is going to change the both of you for the better. Usually I see this as like a very strong or difficult, well, not difficult, it's like a very impactful decision that is made, but here I'm being told to take it as something that is going to transform you, because this is very much Pluto energy. This is transformative energy, and you're both going to understand that whatever this is, it's also a little bit of destiny here. Like it was something that was inevitable, that you would both meet and do the things that you have to do together. It's very beautiful. I feel like you will meet each other's families. You will get to know each other on a very deep level, regardless of what this is. This would be business partners who end up being like really good friends. Like you will meet each other's families. You will get to know each other on that basis. You might even meet each other's parents, like regardless here. So I feel like this is an amazing connection. And it's not you versus them. This is the only pile where I feel like there is no me versus you. It's us. And it's always been us, and it will always be us. So beautiful energy, pile 5. If you don't have somebody like this, or if you and your person are not currently here, I would claim it. I would be open to this idea, because there's a lot that you can learn from each other, and there's a lot you can create with each other as well. But let's go ahead and move on to your closing advice. This is going to end up being one of my shorter piles, and not because I want it to be, but because it's so straightforward. And maybe I'm kind of wondering why you're here, if you know that this connection is meant to work out, or maybe you just need quick confirmation that this will work out somehow, pile 5. So let's go ahead and get your cards. We have your angel number messages for my pile 5. We have 3. Expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. You are able to get others on board with your ideas. I am charismatic. This feels more like person A, but I feel like it's also the both of you here. I feel like one or the both of you really brings each other out of your shells. Depending on who here is the more introverted one, you will not be introverted within this connection. This connection will push you and make you want to be very extroverted, again, because of that confidence and joy that you bring to each other. You make each other want to be better for each other, so it forces you to grow in a positive way. There are no introverts in this connection. You both become extroverts because you want to see something through. You make each other feel very confident. You want to succeed here. It's very beautiful. It's kind of like when you bring each other together, you become more than what you actually are, but without codependency. That would be the only thing I would tell you or advise you against, is creating a codependency. But I feel like you won't want to. I feel like within this connection, you know how to set boundaries, and you know when to step away and when to come together. So let's go ahead and get your angel card, your angel tarot card. Okay, this one wanted to come out. 6 of Swords, 6 of Air. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, and taking a trip. So you might travel together. You might have to travel to certain places together. The end of a difficult situation could be those past times that you've tried to see this through. Because there is a particular project. I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure what it is. But there is a project you will both want to take on together, regardless of whether this is a romantic relationship or not. Regardless of whether this connection stays romantic or not, I'm seeing for some of you, you could start off as lovers and then decide that you just want to remain within the project itself. It could also be vice versa. Maybe you want to keep it strictly business, but then you can't help but fall for each other. There was a card that dropped on the floor as I was putting this deck away, and it's Strength again. This is Leo energy, and this came out for person B in the tarot. Archangel Ariel, great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. I feel like you will be very forgiving toward each other, but also you have to be able to forgive yourself for the things of the past. Maybe in the past when you tried this, it didn't work out. So you might have some residual hurt from past times that this has not worked out. I'm here to tell you to forgive yourself and to understand that this is something different. This is something new. Let's go ahead and get your Cupid Says Oracle cards. And these could be messages from your person or from your higher self or from the universe in general. For my pile 5, we have, why would you think say that? I'm being told to take this in a positive way though. It's like you both think so differently, but it just works and you understand that. It's like you want to understand why you think a certain way, why you each think the way you do. Because believe it or not, I'm being shown this astrologically, and this is very interesting because it's been a while since I've had a download like this. I'm seeing a square in the chart that ends up working out because you need the difference of opinion here in order for this project or this relationship to work out. So you each question each other on why you each think and or say the things you do, because you need to understand a certain perspective or a certain mindset that does not come naturally to you. I hope that makes sense. Like, you're both different for a good reason. You need to learn and understand that your differences is what's going to make you stronger here, both as individuals and as a team. We have take a leap. Yeah, it's like you both take a chance on each other here. We have maybe in another time, in another life. Yeah, I feel like you've tried this before. Maybe it's past life stuff coming through as well. Maybe this is past life energy that some of you are feeling. But I feel like you've tried it before and it didn't work out. We have ask and you shall receive. You both learn to manifest with each other. You will both learn to manifest. I feel like person B is the better manifester because of the second house. I do associate that house with manifestation. But I feel like you both learn this. We have I want to believe. You both believe in each other to such an extent that people won't even recognize you when you're with each other because you become very different people. Just ask anybody who grew up with you. When they see you with this person, you act very different, but it's a good different. It's like, it's very much a part of you that they always knew was within you, that they've always wanted to see. Like, let's say you're typically very quiet and shy, and this person brings out that extroverted, charismatic personality within you. People are going to love that about you. It's like, wow, I never thought you could be that way. Or vice versa. And I feel so guilty. So there could be a feeling that maybe in the past, somebody here feels guilty about a past situation or about things they've done in the past. And I'm here to tell you, you need to forgive yourself and see this with a new mindset, see this with a new perspective. Somebody here feels that they won't deserve all the success that this is going to bring. And I'm here to tell you, you more than deserve it. You worked hard for it. You've had people not be very fair with you, so you definitely deserve this. And then back of the deck, to the moon and back. I feel like the moon is very important here. Maybe you are quite literally inspired by the moon. Or maybe this is, again, nighttime things that are going on. If this takes place during the night, for example, if you are musicians, you probably perform more at night than anything. But yeah, I feel like this is going to work out. It's going to bring a healing that you both needed on a very subconscious level. And it's going to be, I'm just very happy for this connection being a thing, because I feel like you both deserve and needed each other here to grow and be the people you were always meant to be. But this is where I leave you, pile 5. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and your person. This has been such a lovely reading to channel. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.